Hello and welcome to Tallahassee, Florida. Just a spectacular day for college football in the house that Bobby Bowden built. The Florida State Seminoles ready to open another season at the Dome. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Hurricanes will put total leather and we'll get started. Out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18. First down here for the offense. They'll run the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Loss of 4. Brings up second down.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Leaves it with the back. And they're able to get him down.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
The Seminoles with the 1st and 10. Got his man quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. This series is littered with Florida State heartbreaks in close games, but the last time they met, it was the Noles pulling out a close one.
Florida State found a way to get it done. If you can not involve the kicker, a lot of times in this series, things will go well, but they executed. They made the plays they needed to. They got 1 in a row, Palmer. Can they get 2?
And, David, at the end of the day, it was just Florida State that executed better. They made a few more plays, a few more explosive plays, didn't make the same mental errors, and that's why they won that game close.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. How about this dude going off script for the Noles? Not necessarily known for his running ability.
Hey, make plays when they're there, right? I think that's one of the most important qualities of a quarterback is being able to make the right decision at the right time. And listen, they've had some great ones at Florida State. Looking for that next great one to take them over the top.
And the Seminoles are marching down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Schmidt. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
That's a really good-looking throw there. And I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Wenke, who, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a groove, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
It's reversed. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
Yeah, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? And Florida State was in the ACC. This was kind of an interconference battle every time they played, but no doubt, David, this game just holds so much more significance to both programs.
Both in the state of Florida, Florida State, Miami, the uniforms are so great, the lineage, the history of the players, so it does. It feels like this rivalry's been playing a lot longer than since 1950.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Quick release by the QB. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. The inside handoff. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
The Seminoles are threatening in the red zone. Fires to the big fella. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Brings up third down.
On the 11th play of this opening drive coming up at this one, a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Run it with the fullback. Got room at the 35. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out, because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football, and occasionally you get some big plays like this, and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their mouths.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. The give to the fullback. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. At the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Running back searching for a hole. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Hard to imagine this is only their first drive of the game, but their defense was on the field for virtually an entire quarter. So, guys, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here to convert this third down so their defense can stay on the sideline and get their win back.
Sticks it in his belly. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires one high and deep. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. The big fullback's got it. Smashes through. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Florida State 7, Miami 0.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Give to the fullback. Discards a man. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snags it over the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude can throw it to a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on the line to his wide receiver.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the big fullback. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
They'll go to the fullback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. If they thought it would fool them to give it to the fullback, that was not the case.
Yeah, give this defense credit. They obviously watched a lot of film this week, and they knew there were a lot of different guys offensively that could touch the football, including the fullback, but he had no room to go there.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he intercepts it. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They go to the ground. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warren Dunn, you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Wood or Chris Winkie, whoever it is, the trigger man being really, really good is the start of a great Florida State team.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Toss sweep right. At the 40, there he goes. He now has 53 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had left going for it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll power it inside with the fullback. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Completes it in the middle. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He's looking to throw it. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. He's being a little reckless with that football. Threw the interception last time and almost threw another one here.
Golly, that's back-to-back drives. You got to have your quarterback making smart decisions. You can't turn the football over. He's got to get those cobwebs out of his head, start dialing it in.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Dances away. He's going to take off. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
The Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down and wings it incomplete.
Offenses should focus on their guys and making sure so-and-so guys get so-and-so touches. And, listen, they're featuring this guy. They're going to throw it to him. He's going to be the primary target on a lot of times. I can't be reckless, but I definitely have to find my way to get that guy the ball.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Looking for more room. And he was weaving his way and finally brought down around the 23-yard line.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, no! Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Dances away from the heat. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle box, as he knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Pressure coming. Got him downfield. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Looking to scramble. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They'll line up for a second down play. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll throw it on first down. That's reeled in. It's Parrish. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Lets it fly deep downfield. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wants to throw on first down. Right down the middle. Intercepted. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. And he missed it. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will boot it away to start the second half. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Really nice job by the defense. Here in the second half, they've got to have the mentality with the lead. If we just don't give up any more points, we get the double. We got to make big plays on 3rd down. They made a big one there.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into the run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. Buys a little extra time. He'll pull it down and run. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play.
Yeah, I think that's nice discipline by this defense. Doing a good job playing inside out, using the sideline to their advantage, kind of stringing it out, not giving up yards. This is a really good job by the defense, playing fast and playing smart.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. From the gun, wants to pass. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice scramble, unbelievable job after dropping back the pass and understanding the situation, and a nice heads-up play. Slide. Live to fight another down. Don't try to make a bigger play and run through somebody big and get yourself hurt.
The Noles are on the move. He wants to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if we can just get him out of a spot.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
Goes to the option. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. And the Noles have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Motion from the offense. He wants to throw it. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Nice patience by the quarterback there. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window, and he did that right there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
Got it! And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that 1st down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these 3rd downs present themselves.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And now the lead's extended a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Auburn is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. And if that quarterback can find a little magic a la Cam Newton, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by 11 to Nebraska. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Canes build their program around playmakers like that.
They do, Reese, and speed on the outside makes everybody so much better. Finding those home run hitters, those playmakers, those are the guys when Miami's rolling, those are the guys they're finding.
Bulldozes his way through, ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99% of the time. But when you can give them that rock, get a 1st down, those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually fall forward. No nonsense, no jukes.
Give him 6. Touchdown, Hurricane. When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll leave it with him. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Six-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. They'll run the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost a yard.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown Seminoles. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the bread basket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Just about set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on 1st down.
Second down. 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Fast motion from the offense. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now on second down. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Going deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And now such a tough situation late in this game. You're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's not afraid to go deep. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the fourth quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
This offense is in no hurry, right? Control the clock is priority number one. I'm going to run the football. I got the lead. I already got great field position, but I'm not interested in scoring right away. I got to make sure I watch that play clock tick down, maximize those seconds, and keep being physical with the run game.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wide out in motion. He's going to pass on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Cantrell. Tackled after picking out the first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Give him 109 yards on the day, and the defense has been getting a steady diet of this dude on opening day. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They run the reverse. He had nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's complete to the left. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
That keeps the score. Florida State, 24. Miami.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for them.
clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got it in the middle. It's Parrish. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Off the play fake on first down. Throws to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Looking to throw it again. He hurls one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest to deepest, widest to widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
And the Canes have a first down.
4th and 1, I got to know my situation. I got to know I can't mess around as a running back. I got to get through the hole, make the first down. No matter what, if I got to run somebody over, I'm running straight downhill, straight for those sticks, making sure I get that first down.
They'll throw it on first down. A shot toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. On the move, he fires. Finds a man by himself. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
And the Hurricanes will snap it on 1st and 10. Unloads to the wideout. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. We reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. Bulls his way forward. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
At the 35, he's loose. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Florida State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. that Miami offense back onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Fires to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Really nice play on the pick. Was looking for a little more yardage, but great field position at the 34. Offense set on first down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. The expressway is wide open. He's racked up 92 yards rushing now here in week one. A solid start to this new campaign.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Touchdown, no! And the pummeling has started. They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
38, Miami, 14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Moves around to clear up the vision. He'll try to do it himself.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Canes will have it 1st and 10. These corners backing off a bit. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show.
Going to take a shot. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Got room on the return. He's at the 40, at the 20, and he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. After this, it'll be a wrap. Trying to find his man on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. They'll run play action, trying to get to it. And this is dropped and incomplete, and that's sort of a microcosm of how this game has gone, and time has run out. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every